Okay, Felicia, you do have the shopping channel on, don't you? I mean, it's on the right channel? Okay, now listen, do not turn it off until you see my infomercial because you're just gonna love what you're gonna see, all right? Okay, it's a deal. Yes, keep your fingers crossed. I'll call you later. Ta.
Hey, tell her to get her credit card out. Isn't that the whole point of this thing? Buy some things. Is Ellen back?
No. I haven't been able to get a hold of her, so I'll just break the news to her when she gets back from Vegas.
What news?
Well, Lucy, used Ellen's story, and Ellen doesn't know about it yet.
She don't care. She'd be glad she could help.
I think she's gonna come after with her curling iron.
Hey, gorgeous.
Oh, hi. Hi. What are you doing here?
Well, I thought I'd come and give you my priceless advice on how to testify on Chris's review.
Good, because I could use some advice.
Okay. Whatever you do, don't let your eyes twitch. Don't giggle, and don't ever let them see you sweat.
You're such a big help.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I like you, so I won't bill you for that. Well, you look sharp. That counts for anything.
Thanks. I hate this.
I know.
Chris is a rat. I know that, but he's my roommate, and he's my friend.
He caused a lot of damage, Eve.
Not by himself.
Well, like they say, honesty's the best policy.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean it doesn't suck.
I don't want to lie, but if I tell the board the truth that I did not prescribe those meds for Frank, then he'll be in trouble for using my DEA number.
Which may be exactly what he did.
Frank popped the L56 like it was candy. He had a secret deal with Lance Pharmaceuticals, and he expects me to cover for him?
So, what are you gonna do?
How the hell should I know?
I'm glad you could make it.
Well, I had to be here for the smash debut of the Serena line, which is named, I understand, for the most beautiful blonde in Port Charles.
Well, thank you.
Congratulations. Here.
Oh, double thank you, sir. I'm gonna open it. Do you think right now? Yes.
Right now.
Do it. You may even get away.
Maybe we ought to wait till the orders start rolling in before we celebrate.
Excuse me, as soon as the audience sees my dress, the orders are going to start rolling in. People want to believe in fate and amour, and when they see this dress, they want to believe in romance, so they're going to find it hard to resist.
You're the one who's irresistible.
How can two intelligent people who save lives in a hospital act like such fools in a casino?
I blame the media.
The media?
Mm-hmm. You see, movies, gambling looks fun. People get dressed up. They yell, they scream, they throw those stupid chips up in the air. They hug, they kiss, they win.
Sounds like you've only seen Viva Las Vegas. There's a darker side.
Yeah, now you tell me.
What, you didn't know that you could actually lose your money, Ellen?
Well, yeah. But I always figured if we did, Robert Redford would stroll by and offer me $1 million to sleep with him.
Well, I hate to break it to you there, Ellen, but movies aren't real.
It's a moot point anyway. We can't even afford to see one. Now what are we going to do?
Well, the best things in life are free.
And take hours and hours?
Monica Quartermain has a family emergency and is unable to attend today. She sends her regrets. In her absence, I will officiate. We're continuing our investigation into Dr. Ramsey's research, which caused a lethal outbreak. This is to determine whether his actions are grounds for dismissal. Lee, you may begin with Dr. Lambert.
We realize it's difficult to appear as a witness in a hearing of this nature.
Yes, it is.
And it's not your responsibility to assign or relinquish blame. You need only answer each question honestly.
I understand.
Dr. Lambert, were you aware of experiments conducted by Dr. Ramsey?
I first learned about them when I came down with the Nepalese flu. Dr. Ramsey took a throat culture from me. He said that he was looking for a cure.
Was the lab where Dr. Ramsey worked equipped with safeguards to prevent the spread of contagious diseases?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Thank you, that's all.
Mr. Leopold.
Dr. Lambert, are you aware that the substance to which Chris Ramsey exposed your throat culture was stolen from the lab?
Yes, I am.
How did you learn this?
Chris told me that Frank Scanlon had taken it.
And Dr. Ramsey's reaction to this was?
Oh, he was very upset. Heartsick, actually.
Because?
The last thing that Dr. Ramsey wanted was for anyone to be exposed to a dangerous virus. In fact, when he himself came down with the virus, he still worked very hard to try and find a cure.
If I may interject, it's important that this board realize that Dr. Lambert had prior conflicts with Mr. Scanlon that should be taken into account before evaluating her testimony.
I won't pretend to be friends with Frank Scanlon. He did everything he could to try and implicate me in the general homicide murders. He terrorized me. He locked me in the morgue cooler. He kidnapped me, threatened me.
Hardly the behavior of a normal person.
As you yourself admonished, Mr. Baldwin, I'm not here to assign or repudiate blame. I'm simply telling the truth.
It is possible that Chris set him up.
Yeah, it's possible.
All right, well, Chris is duplicitous in any scenario, and Lance, they'll do anything to protect a product with a multi-million-dollar potential.
But regardless of what Chris did or didn't do, you can't ignore the fact that Frank has a substance abuse problem.
He's off of DL-56.
He was arrested for being drunk and disorderly. He started a fight at Lark's party.
Right.
He failed a drug test at work.
I get your point.
Look, I know this is hard. I care about Frank, too. But if you protect your brother from the negative consequences of his behavior, it's as good as giving him permission to use.
Thanks for your testimony, Eve.
All I did was tell the truth.
Well, that's all I want anyone to do.
Good luck, Chris.
I mean that, you know. I just want the truth to come out.
That's good, because I intend to testify that you kept my brother on DL-56 against all standards of ethical protocol.
Joe, believe it or not, I thought I was helping Frank.
You called what you did trying to help him? Go, how?
It's a good idea.
This is one hell of a mess.
Joe, time for your testimony. Dr. Scanlon, there has been some testimony regarding Frank Scanlon's complicity.
My brother was given an experimental drug without his consent, a drug that proved to be highly addictive.
And who administered this drug?
Bennett Devlin at first, and then when he died, Chris Ramsey kept supplying him, knowing the potential dangers.
And now?
And now my brother is trying to get his life back together. He was a victim of other people's greed and lack of ethics, period.
Thank you. That's all for now.
Dr. Scanlon, are you aware that your brother's struggle with chemical dependency has not been limited to DL-56?
Any problems my brother might have had could be linked directly to his addiction to that compound.
Was your brother recently arrested for disorderly conduct?
That has nothing to do with the outbreak.
Did your brother undergo a drug test by his employer?
That is irrelevant.
The test came back positive and Frank was fired, was he not?
Those things are not related to the outbreak.
Are you aware of any medical condition your brother has been diagnosed with which would warrant a prescription for dexamphetamine and Demerol?
No.
Then why have you been supplying him with these medicines?
I haven't.
A prescription for Frank Scanlon was called in under your name and DEA number. Dr. Scanlon, did you call in that prescription?
No, I did not.
Then who do you suppose used your DEA number to obtain a controlled substance?
My brother never got those pills.
Interesting. Amphetamines were found in his system when he failed his drug test.
Well, there was a mistake.
Or perhaps your brother has been using your DEA number to prescribe for himself. You do live together, and as a doctor, you must keep prescription pads and other papers at your place of residence, do you not?
Yes.
Then you'll agree it's possible your brother Frank forged those prescriptions.
Anything is possible.
I think Chris may have a chance.
Well, don't make any party plans just yet. You don't know what the other witnesses will say.
Well, at least I got a chance to diss Frank Scanlon.
Well, I have to say, after everything he did to you, that must have been cathartic.
It was. Call me small-minded, but it felt so good to just unload. Besides, I don't think the hospital should dump the entire blame for the quarantine on Chris. It's not fair.
Well, believe me, the board is less concerned about what's fair than it is with covering their own legal heinies.
Do you think Chris has a chance?
With a corporation like Lance behind them? Firms like that make it their business to find a scapegoat whenever money's at stake.
Fine. As long as the scapegoat is Frank Scanlon.
Remind me never to get on your bad side.
Listen, I have a great idea. Why don't I go get out of this stuffy suit and change into something a little more comfortable?
Uh-huh.
So that we can
Yeah.
go have lunch and have some fun.
Oh, that sounds great, but why don't we just have fun?
Delayed gratification is good for the soul.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You notice men never say that. Hurry.
All right.
Why is it men have to flip on the TV after making love?
Ugh, that is a sweeping generalization.
I read it in Cosmo.
Well, you're a doctor, and you should be reading the New England Journal of Medicine.
Yeah. While you're watching reruns of Mannix.
What are you talking about? I was just actually going to look at the hotel channels for the listings of free events in the city.
Oh, there's nothing free in Las Vegas. This town, it lives, it breathes for the almighty dollar.
You're a cynic.
Stop.
What?
I am one of the most useful
go back if you can.
materials in the world.
It's Lucy.
It's on! It's on! Oh my gosh! I'm on TV. I'm on TV.
Start with that gourmet snack.
Hi, my name is Lucy about food at a time like this. For years, my company has been giving women a new lease on life through the palette of fabulous colors from Jack's.
This is our menu from Florida.
Well, today, I am here to introduce
we found
a
the
new
dress.
line of clothing, and with it, bring something more into our lives. Romance. Something happened to me recently. I appreciate the crucial link between what we wear and how we feel. I found out firsthand that romantic clothing can lead to romantic living. And when I discovered that, I wanted to share my whole experience with the world. So get ready, because here it comes.
Dr. Mullins, orthopedics. Dr. Christopher Mullins, orthopedics.
Well, you're not gonna like this, Frank. You told him you didn't call in the prescriptions?
I didn't have a choice.
Oh, bull! Damn it, Joe, the more crap that comes out against me, the less chance I'll have of ever getting another job in this town.
Let me tell you something, Frank. The good news is that they're not interested in pursuing a criminal case against you.
I asked you to do this one little thing for me.
You asked me to lie for you. You asked me to risk my profession. It only proves that you need help.
No, I didn't ask you to lie to cover anything I did. Ramsey set me up and I needed your help. But obviously, you don't believe me. Thanks for kicking me while I'm down, little brother.
Look how good you look on television. You ought to be in the movies. And you sure as heck should have been the model.
When
do we get to see the dress?
So get ready.
Be patient. We have to build to it. Build.
Now, I couldn't really
That's
have a
right.
model parade up and down a ramp in the dress. It just wouldn't do it.
Okay.
So I want you
This is Ellen's story. This is the part that we tell Ellen's story. Listen.
Relax and get ready to fall in love with the first dress of the Serena line.
It's Eve.
You're supposed to be looking at the dress. It's carnival time in Venice. A lovely young student finds herself alone in the most romantic city in the world. She's dressed for the festival and wanders into a cafe for a bite to eat and to soak up the vibrancy of the city. There, she sees him. Their eyes meet. And for one brief instant, no one else exists. The Lady of the Stars offers the Marquis her hand. And he kisses her fingertips. He touches her soul forever.
Persistent little devil.
Yeah, there's only one person in the world that tenacious.
Hello, Victor.
Quick, turn on the shopping channel.
Well, what do you want?
Well, I guess we have to go shopping.
Of a 9-year-old accident.
Hey!
Hey!
That's the infomercial I did!
After a day of
Oh,
walking
great!
along the canal, they had fallen in love without ever seeing each other's faces or hearing each other's names. Fate had led them to a place where their hearts had always wanted to go. A kiss confirmed what they already knew. They belonged together. They began to remove their masks, but before they could uncover their faces, the Lady of the Stars and the Marquis were interrupted by a crowd of revelers. As the crowd grew rough, the gentleman, fearing for his lady's safety, gently moved her out of harm's way. She escaped from the madness of the mob, but she lost the man she was destined to love.
What'd you think?
Not too long ago.
Do you have a hanky?
Oh!
Most amazing journey with,
I thought you were terrific.
Oh, thank you.
and probably one of the most incredible weekends of my life. Not only did we escape a plane crash and a fire, we found ourselves trapped during a storm in a beautiful old mansion. And there I found the most delicate, fragile 19th century dress. And when I put that dress on, we rediscovered a love between us that had been buried for a very long time. That dress shifted my fate and changed my life.
So Lucy based the design of her whole new line of clothing on a dress that she wore in Florida.
I modeled a version of that dress that drove Scott back into Lucy's arms.
And now she's on television, telling the world.
And she has the nerve to say it changed her life.
She had the nerve to use my story. I knew I could not trust Lucy. Oh, Ellen, tell me the most romantic thing that has ever happened to you.
And that was it? Look, she ripped you off. You deserve a percentage.
I don't care about the money. It's my privacy.
I think you're overreacting, babe. I mean, no one will know that was you.
Lady of the Stars.
$4,000 dresses in the last 2 hours?
Jody said that the phone's been ringing off the hook since the infomercial aired.
Listen, you know what it is? It's because women out there are starving for romance, and they know a good thing when they see it.
You called it.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? You know, I always thought that I had my finger on the pulse of something. I just didn't know I was this right about this.
Calvin Klein called looking for your agent.
Oh, well. Oh, Don, I just hope the orders keep rolling in.
Oh, Lucy, you have nothing to worry about. Look, I'm going to go back to the office.
Right, good, okay.
And I will call you with the next update. I think we can officially call the Serena line a success.
Oh, yes. Okay, call me as soon as you have more. More. Oh.
Hello?
We just took 4,000 orders for that dress in the last 2 hours.
Do you think it was your narration that did it?
No, you know what? You deserve a lot of the credit for this, too. It's not that people are just responding to that dress of ours. They're responding to the stories we told. Ellen's and ours.
Oh, well, like you knew they would.
Okay, enough of this mutual admiration stuff. We better get going. You better call the manufacturer and tell him to keep those sewing machines humming, and I'll call you later, Ta. Okay. Yes. Oh. Hello, yes. Yeah, this is Lucy Coe. Who is this? Oh, excuse me. You are most certainly not the Lady of the Stars, and I really think it's wrong for you going around claiming other people's stories, okay? Goodbye. Wow. How dare someone try and steal Ellen's story? The nerve of some people.
How dare Lucy steal my story? When we get back to Port Charles, I'm going to pull out all of her hair, one strand at a time.
No, easy there. She didn't exactly steal your story per se, Ellen. She just sort of borrowed it.
When you borrow something, you ask the owner's permission. She asked, I refused. If this is borrowing, I would hate to see Lucy steal something.
Well, look, if it bothers you that much, why don't you just go give her a call?
And let her weasel out of it over the telephone? No! I am not firing until I see the whites of her eyes.
Now, remember to make eye contact with the board members. You don't want to look like you have anything to hide. You want to go over your statement again?
No, I got it down. Just play the humanitarian, right?
Don't get cocky. You've got a lot riding on this.
Darren, General Hospital is looking for a scapegoat just as badly as we are. They're not going to lose a promising young researcher because some junkie was trying to get a fix.
Well, one thing's for sure. I'd hate to be in Frank Scanlon's shoes.
So would I. Cheap material chased my fee.
Even his own brother testified against him?
Yeah, well, Joe was just telling the truth. At least when he thought was the truth.
Gentlemen, the board has reached a decision. Follow me.
Showtime.
Play your part. You'll do fine.
15,000 dresses. That's how many we're going to need to make this shipment. Isn't that fabulous?
Did you really pull this one off?
No, pal. We pulled it off. And, you know, if you were here, I'd truly show you how grateful I am.
I'll be right over.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
Let me call the manufacturer first and get that all set up.
Okay, well, hurry. I'll see you soon.
Come on. Yeah, Willie Zeidler, please. Yeah, Willie. Yeah, it's Scott Baldwin. Now, I've got a number for the first Serena line shipment. 15,000 pieces by the end of the month. Well, yeah, I know. We didn't count on that many either. What do you mean you can't do it? We got a contract. That's unacceptable. Yeah, okay. All right. I think we gotta meet face to face. How about now?
Dr. Ramsey, do you have anything to say on your behalf before we announce our decision?
I would like to say that in spite of what some people may believe, my motives were genuine. I wish I could undo all that's been done and bring those people back to life, but I can't. All I can do now is try and make up for my mistakes by being the best doctor I can be. And I would very much like to remain a doctor in this hospital. What I've learned from this tragedy and from all of you surpasses all my expectations. For that opportunity, whatever your decision, I thank you.
Dr. Ramsey, you did not follow hospital procedures while working in the lab. But this board has concluded that the flu outbreak would never have occurred if Frank Scanlon, a paramedic not employed by General Hospital, hadn't stolen your lab sample. Therefore, a censure will be issued reprimanding your unauthorized work on DL-56. But you will be reinstated.
As hospital counsel, I reiterate my objection to this decision. This young man is a loose cannon.
Your objection is noted in the record. In addition to the censure, you will also be put on probation for the next 12 months. 2 people lost their lives, Dr. Ramsey. Don't you forget that.
I won't.
How long does the board need to kick Ramsey's butt out of there for good?
Well, Chris seems to think he presented a pretty strong case for reinstatement.
If that hospital restores his privileges, then the board is full of idiots.
So all you really care about is seeing Chris get his comeuppance, huh?
I'm getting mine for what I did, plus stuff I didn't do.
Hey, there's nobody here but us outcasts, so you can tell me the truth. Did you call in those prescriptions for yourself with Joe's DEA number?
No, I didn't. I was set up, and my money is on Chris.
Frank, did you ever think about letting bygones be bygones? You know, forgetting you ever met Chris Ramsey and just getting on with your life?
What life? I don't even have a job. Between Ramsey and the testimony of my loving brother, I may never be employed again. Hey, Joe. I was just telling Courtney how proud I was to be your brother today.
Frank, all I did was tell the truth.
You don't even care about the truth. You just think your brother's some poor, dumb druggie. Thanks for sticking up for me.
Frank, nobody has been more supportive of you than me. I risk my profession to help you try and kick DL-56, and what do? Huh? You continue to use behind my back.
I thought I needed it to live. I was worried about my life.
That doesn't explain why you made a deal with Lance Pharmaceuticals. You did that because you're greedy.
You don't know anything about why I did what I did.
I know that you have no self-control, because if you did, you wouldn't have taken my prescription pad and popped those pills. Look, Frank, it isn't my fault that you have to deal with a few repercussions of your actions.
You know, even if everything that you are accusing me of were true, it doesn't justify you backing Ramsey over me. Nice way to pay me back after everything I've done for you.
Oh, great. So here we go, right? The martyr that played the slave and put his little brother through med school. How many times are you going to throw that in my face,
Until
Frank?
you act like you remember it.
How can I forget? Every time I do something you don't like, you throw it in my face. As if I'm supposed to live my life for you because you put me through med school.
I sacrificed for you.
I know you did, Frank. I know. And I thanked you. And I swore that I would pay you back every penny that you put into my education. What more do you want from me?
How about a little loyalty?
I've been nothing but loyal to you. And you abused my loyalty by telling me lie after lie about DL-56.
I am sick of trying to explain that to you. And I am sick of you walking around here acting like I ran over your puppy. It was my life, and I did what I thought was best. If you're disillusioned, I'm sorry, but deal with it.
My opinion of you should be the least of your worries. But you know what, Frank? It's so ridiculous because you don't even see that.
What I see is a brother who stabbed me in the back.
Oh, that's funny because when I look at you, I pretty much see the same thing.
I've taken care of you your entire life. But I am done. Do you hear me, Joe? From now on, it's every man for himself.
It's pretty much the way you've been playing it for months now, isn't it, Frank? You know what? I'm glad. It's out in the open now as an official policy.
Go to hell, Joe.
That was ugly.
Frank has lost all sense of reality.
If there's anything I can do...
Well, he's not going to listen to you or to anybody else.
I realize that, Joe. I meant... If there's anything I can do for you...
I'm fine.
Hey. Frank's not the only one who's hurting. You got me through the worst of things in Greece, and I want you to know that I am a friend that you can lean on day or night.
I appreciate that.
Dr. Ramsey, a word for the Herald?
Sure, always have time for the press.
How does it feel to be exonerated?
Well, of course, my heart goes out to those who've suffered and their families, but I'm glad the board made the right decision.
Lance Pharmaceuticals is also pleased that Dr. Ramsey was vindicated. You know that this whole mess was caused by someone who's not even a hospital employee. Sadly, someone who Dr. Ramsey was trying to help.
What about the possibility of this happening again?
The hospital has made a commitment to strengthen its safeguards, so a tragedy like this could never happen again.
Will you continue to work on the experimental drug?
Actually, Lance Pharmaceuticals will be taking over the research and development of the drug. I, however, will continue to remain involved in bringing the important medication to the public.
How about a photo?
I don't see why not. Come on, Darren, smile. This is the money shot.
Wait, stop. Slow down. We're just going to have to reschedule the R&D meeting, okay? Yeah, no, it'll work. We're going to fit it all in. Oh, wait, hold on. Don't go away. Someone's at the door. Ellen, hi. Come in, please. Oh, boy. Hey, Don, let me call you right back. Okay, all right, Ellen, please, let me explain here. I have a lot to tell you.
I knew you would do it, Lucy. But how could you? How could you televise my story before the entire world?
Actually, it only aired nationally.
You promised me that you would not use my story, and then you did anyway!
Yeah, I did. But please let me explain. There's a lot of reasons.
You don't have to explain, Lucy, because I know exactly what happened. You see, your selfishness, it went out over your common sense once again.
That is not fair at all, because I did call you a lot of times at the number you gave me, and you said you could be reached there, but you weren't there. And, by the way, did I mention how incredibly sorry I am? Really, really sorry here.
Keep going.
Okay. Ellen, I swear, I did not plan on using your story. Like I told you, I wasn't going to use it, but then this strange, fluky, wonderful thing happened. A spot opened up. It never happens on the shopping channel, and so I had to grab it, and then I thought, okay, and I'll be mad, so I'm going to think of another story. So I tried and tried. I swear I tried to think of another story, but I couldn't think of anything as romantic and wonderful as yours. So I
decided to use my story without clearing it with me.
By the way, did I mention how incredibly sorry I am? I am so sorry.
Okay, all right. I believe you're as sorry as you can be.
Okay, Ellen, listen. You know, the important thing to remember here is that no one is ever going to connect you to that story. And the other very, very important thing to remember here is that we sold 15,000 dresses.
Lucy, that does not excuse... How many?
15,000! Ellen, you are a star. Well, no, I know. Not that you really want to be. No one will know that you are. No one. But Ellen, come on. Doesn't it thrill you just a little bit to know that your story sold those dresses? Just deep down somewhere in there, teeny weeny little bit you're thrilled. Come on. Teeny weeny bit. Just a little tweak there.
Well, Mr. Seidler. Or, should I call you Mr. Gouger?
Mr. Baldwin, my figures are reasonable. So you have to understand, yours is not an ordinary piece. It has a bone top trimmed with fine lace and ribbon. Look, smooth Egyptian cotton is hard to come by in those quantities.
So you want to jack it up from $50 a dress to $80 a dress?
Look, I have to free up additional machinery to meet the demand. That raises the cost. Look, my hands are tied.
Well, you better untie your hands. You know, I've dealt with a lot slimier than you. I was in the perfume business, know what I mean?
No need for insults, Mr. Baldwin. I stand by my figures.
Well, stand by this. Either you deliver the dresses on time for the price you were contracted for, or I'm gonna go someplace else. So how do you like them apples?
Hi, Frank.
Joe's upstairs.
Okay. So I guess this means that you're mad at me as well.
When you were helping me through detox, you said we had to trust each other. That obviously only went one way.
Oh, come on.
You saw
Frank.
what I went through to kick DL56. How could you even think that I would start using again?
Frank, if I am wrong, I am so sorry. But
Save
if I'm
it,
right...
Karen.
Hi.
Thought I heard you. Hey, listen, had the board reached a decision about Chris before he left the hospital?
No, not that I heard.
Don't worry, Joe. I'm sure Chris will be fine. Thanks to you, he can hang the whole outbreak on me.
Courtney, can you do me a favor? When Neil and Lark get back, tell Neil that I'll call him before his bedtime.
Sure.
Thanks.
Nice going. You just sent Joe running straight into Karen's arms.
Nobody sends Joe running into Karen's arms. He can get there all by himself. They're getting married, remember?
Maybe not. Hello.
Good evening. Is this Lucy Coe?
Yes, this is she, and who might this be?
Well, you don't know me, but I was watching your program, and I was wondering where you got the idea for it.
Why would you want to know that? Oh, wait a minute. You know what? I'm going to tell you why. Because this same thing happened to you exactly the same way, right? And you never told anybody, so you can't believe I could actually tell your story.
Or something like that. But the woman I had the pleasure of meeting wore a very different costume. She was the lady of
Look, buddy, the whole story, I promise, was 100% fiction. It really was. And any resemblance to persons living or dead was just strictly coincidence. So I tell you what, why don't you go back and hang up the phone and call somebody else and reminisce about all those romantic times you wish you had, but you never really did have. Goodbye. It's got to be a full moon. That's it. It's a full moon tonight. Go away. I just want some peace and quiet to digest all this wonderful stuff. I want to be alone. Goodbye. Good grief. Oh, hey. In here, you. Oh, I am so glad you are here.
Lucy, I need to talk to you.
Well, I need to celebrate with you. Can you stay a very, very long time? I mean, Serena's staying with Lee and Gail tonight, right?
Yes, of course.
Listen, I gotta show you something. Then you'll want to celebrate. Trust me, look at these numbers. Look at this. Do you realize what this means? This came in just the last hour. We're gonna have to totally increase production here.
Well, I think it might be a problem.
Don't be silly. How could that be a problem?
Well, I kind of, fired the manufacturer.
You what?
I fired the manufacturer.
You what?
Good evening, Miss Canellos. I was wondering if you knew that your favorite doctor at General Hospital has just been reinstated.
Oh, Chris, that's great. Congratulations. I always knew they'd reinstate you.
Back! You know, I just thought that a celebration would be in order.
Well, that sounds great. What did you have in mind?
How's 7 o'clock at Cafe Ramsey sound?
I'll see you then. Bye.
Why are you giving him the time of day?
He makes a good souffle. Jealous?
Hardly. Damn, Ramsey never gets what he deserves.
Well, maybe we could fix that.
Meaning?
Meaning, what are you willing to do to see that he does?
Get to the point, Courtney.
Okay. Well, how's this for an idea, huh? I help you get revenge on Chris if you help me get Joe away from Karen.
Well, surely you can't blame me for being excited about Lucy's show.
You can count me out when it comes to late-breaking bulletins and news events regarding Lucy. All right?
Forgive me if I don't quite grasp the problem. Eve was in the show. In fact, she was the star. I thought she was delightful.
That's not the point.
Well, aren't you and Lucy still friends?
Of course we are. But Victor, on the other hand, Eve and I are dating.
Oh, and you don't want my throwing a wench from the past into the works, hmm?
Exactly. Victor, you know, I always appreciate your concern, but maybe it's time you just let the rest of us move on with the choices that we've made.
Excuse me? Hi. That's it? No congratulations? You know, rumor has it a certain doctor was reinstated?
Hey, buddy. That's great. Yeah. You know, I was just wondering about that because I heard a little something about a deal with Lance Pharmaceuticals.
Oh, yeah, well, I don't like to brag, but, cha-ching.
You've been holding out on me, Ramsey.
It was all hush-hush until now. I'll tell you what, I'll give you all the details over a killer martini tonight.
Well, I would love to, but I have a date with Kevin.
Three's a crowd?
Rain check, huh? I would love to hear what it's like to make your first $1 million. See ya.
See ya.
Lance Pharmaceuticals announces deal with General Hospital resident Dr. Chris Ramsey to patent exciting new drug. Ouch! That's gotta hurt.
Yeah, why else would you be reading it to me?
Did you check out the sidebar? Local paramedic responsible for super flu outbreak. There you go.
I don't need the play-by-play. I'm living it.
Chris is going to make a mint. You know, Frank, you're a better man than I am.
You just figuring that out?
I mean, who could doubt it after you blow off my proposal to get even with Chris? I mean, here you are, getting a beating in the local paper, and we still can't make a deal.
I don't like the trade-off. You want me to help you break up Joe and Karen. Revenge against Ramsey isn't worth that.
Oh, you're such a forgiving soul. Hi. How was your evening with Karen?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Oh, here you go. I'm sure you want to check the scores.
I need coffee.
I saw an ad in the travel section for a Greek island getaway. I got kind of nostalgic.
Was there any mention of shipwrecks, helicopters, or sea urchins in the fine print?
I don't know.
What a mess.
Well, it all really depends on how you see it. It looks like congratulations are in order to Chris.
I have to see or hear one more thing about Lucy's new line of dresses. I'm gonna scream.
Oh, there goes my idea for a Valentine's Day gift.
Right. That's just what we need to spice up our love life.
If our love life got any spicier, I'd be popping antacids like candy.
Quick, how about some mulled cider? Just a thought. Obviously not a good one. I'm just passing through, I'll be in the kitchen. But
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. We could always go make out in Grand Central Station.
This place is as busy as a train station. Not that I mind, of course.
That was some nice work in front of the board, Chris.
Yeah, it's just laid out the facts, you know.
Oh, don't be so modest. The board came along and slapped you on the hand. Lance came and kissed it. What was that, 6, 7 figures?
Bad form to discuss terms, Karen.
I don't suppose my name was brought up when it came to DL 56. Oh, no. What am I thinking? Because then the medical community would discover what you were up to.
Really? And what exactly would that be? All I did was develop a drug.
I developed that drug.
No, I'm sorry. You bailed on it because it scared you.
You betcha it scared me when I saw the test animals ripping each other to shreds.
Yeah, and that was the end of your involvement, wasn't it? See, I just took it farther. Thus, I flew higher.
Chris, did you even bother to isolate what caused the side effects, did you? Or did you just mask them just to cash in?
The drug is safe. End of story.
Frank is showing signs of increased aggression. His personality may be permanently altered.
Come on, this isn't about Frank. This is sour grapes. Now, you could have continued your work on DL56. You could have refined it, marketed it, snagged that patent all for yourself. But you didn't.
We both know why I didn't, don't we?
Sure do. You dropped the ball. It's like my dad used to say, you snooze, you lose. You lost. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have patients to see.
Well, you should have told me. I want to know what's going on with my son.
Not everything you've heard is true. The hospital needs a fall guy, and you're looking at him. I didn't steal Joe's DEA number off his pad, and I didn't call in prescriptions for myself.
Oh, that wasn't in the paper.
That's a first. See, now you've heard something from me.
Oh, why didn't you tell me about this?
Hear that, Mr. Truth, Justice, and the American Way? Mom can't believe you actually kept your mouth shut. Maybe you should have tried that when you testified.
Frank, I'd like to hear what your brother has to say.
Obviously, the painkiller story we told you was bogus. Frank was hooked on DL56. I did a clinical detox to try to get him clean. I thought it worked. I was wrong. Frank continued to use, and none of us knew.
I thought I needed it to live.
Well, you've been living quite a secret life.
You know, I don't need you two ganging up on me.
Hey, no one's ganging up on you. It's the three of us, the Scanlon family. And I'd like us all to get back on the right track.
It's what I want.
Well, then we have to start where we can. First, you need a job. Now, I co-own the recovery room, and I know that Mike's been looking for extra help since he bought that bike shop.
Are you kidding me? I'm supposed to go from saving lives to flipping burgers?
It's a start, Frank.
Don't play with me, Joe. You got all the breaks thanks to me. I
Will
deserve
you get
something
off
a little
of
bit
it? What do you want from me?
Well, what I want is some civility and some common sense. You're brothers, and nothing is worth throwing that away. Am I clear?
I'm trying.
Look around you. You know what? This is all we have. So work through it.
She was only trying to help.
I am not a charity case.
Then why don't you stop acting like one? Frank, you give attitude to anyone who tries to help you. Me, Mom, Karen.
What do you mean, Karen?
Karen did the research for DL56. And you helped Chris screw her out of the recognition that she deserved.
I didn't get a dime. Chris Ramsey is poor Charles's new Rockefeller, and now I'm supposed to be the guy who survives on tips.
Frank, I don't want to start World War III. Look, I'll take over your part of the mortgage until you get a new job.
And what kind of a job am I going to get? I wanted to play football. I blew out my knee. I thought maybe I would be a doctor. But hey, we can only send one guy to medical school. Let's send Joe. And now, thanks to you, I can't even be a paramedic. You can take your charity and you can shove it. I'll grow old in that greasy spoon before I let you give me one red cent.
Every female patient in that hospital, whether they could fit into the dress or not, was watching Lucy's infomercial. In fact, one lady even asked me if I could get her a discount.
Well, the only reason it's getting any attention at all is because you're in it.
That is very sweet. But it still drives me nuts. Everyone in Port Charles is blabbing about how Lucy can bring romance back into our otherwise love-starved lives. I just want to get away from everything relating to Lucy.
Well, you've come to the right place. As you know, this is an official Lucy-free zone.
Well, I wonder if Victor would agree. Sometimes I think he looks at me as an interloper, especially after he set up that wonderful dinner for you and Lucy and I crashed it.
Now, wait a minute. Victor has been crazy about you ever since it was your idea to spend Thanksgiving at Johnny Lala's.
Very nice of you to say. But when he walks through the house with his hands covering his eyes, I can't help but think he's uncomfortable around me. I would suggest that maybe we go to my apartment, but Chris is on half shifts today.
I suppose we could throw Victor out into the street.
Nah, that'd be too cruel. Wait a minute. We could go ahead and change the locks at Chris's apartment. That would buy us some time while Chris is looking for a locksmith.
Well, what I have in mind will take a little more time than that.
Oh, baby. Oh, my. Actually, I don't have any race car sheets anyway.
Well, I won't suggest the Port Charles Hotel for obvious reasons.
Yeah, you'd think Lucy had stock in that place.
Oh, let's just face it, this burg isn't big enough for the 3 of 4 of 5 of us. I wonder if you could take some time off?
Well, Chris is back on the rotation schedule, so they owe me. If you're talking about a vacation, I'll tell you. No TVs, no phones, no beepers, and no Serena dress line.
It's a deal.
Oh, damn. I'm so sorry. My cinnamon stick got sidelogged. I'll just be in the kitchen. Won't make a sound. Damn.
Whatever you had in mind, could you make it sooner than later?
Frank, what are you doing here?
I left some stuff in the on-call room. What, am I persona non grata already?
No, that's not what I meant. Never mind. Joe could have brought your stuff home.
I'm not ashamed to show my face, Karen.
I didn't mean to imply
And I'm not
that
exactly in the mood to ask Joe for anything.
Joe feels really bad about the hearing. Really bad. He did everything he could to protect you, short of lying.
I'm not using Karen. I know that's difficult for you and Joe to understand after everything that's being said about me, but it's the truth.
I want to believe you.
You can. Although I guess before I can expect that, I owe you an apology. About Ramsey selling your work to Lance.
That's okay.
No, it's not. You were hurt. I knew what was going on, but all I was worried about was getting my supply of DO-56. I should have said something to you after everything that you have done for me.
You don't have to explain.
Doesn't it just bug the hell out of you that Ramsey is getting all the credit?
The ways that he's doing this and dealing, they're going to come back to haunt him. I know it. And I'm not going to waste any more energy worrying about Chris Ramsey, and neither should you. I just hope everything gets easier for you.
Who said life is easy? Hey, I need to speak with my mom. So I'll talk to you later.
Okay, later.
Dr. Reitzel, 3288.
Hey, Mom.
Dr. James.
Hi, sweetheart.
3288.
I know I was upset back at the house, but if that offer still stands, I'll take it.
Any offer always stands with you and me.
But you better visit me at the restaurant soon, because I'm not going to be there very long.
I'm betting on that. Love you.
Dr. Smith, 5017. Dr. Don Smith, 5017.
Mrs. Scanlon?
Do you sleep at night? And if so, God bless your soul.
Mrs. Scanlon, you have to believe me when I tell you that I thought I was helping Frank.
By using him as a guinea pig for your own payday? If Steve Hardy ever knew about this, he'd spin in his grave at your reinstatement.
I just did what I thought was right.
And Frank losing his job and his reputation is right?
Frank will be fine. I mean, he has his health.
He has a lot more than that. He has a job at the recovery room, and it's only a matter of time before he's back on top. And you get what you deserve.
You know, I noticed that the supply room was low on 4x4s and syringes. Could you get on that, Nurse Scanlon?
I've outlasted better doctors than you. Your day is coming, Dr. Ramsey. So,
Hey.
Hey, I hear you're now richer than Edward Quartermain.
Well, not quite, but close.
Signing autographs?
Sure. Get in line. Oh, hey, you know what? I heard about your new job. I just want you to remember my usual now. Double cheese, extra mayo, toast the bun. I'll see you later, Courtney.
So, Frank, how much are you willing to take?
That's no fair. I'm not good at suspense.
Well, then how are you at surprises?
I hate them. Now, I know you've got something cooking in that big, beautiful brain of yours, so tell me what it is.
All I can tell you is you have to pack for the trip.
Pack what?
A gown, shoes you can dance in, maybe something to wear in private, and no hiking boots.
I'm loving it. Loving it.
Come on, I know you have to go.
All right.
Is the coast clear?
Yes, all the den mothers can come out now.
Now, I don't want you to think I'm eavesdropping, but am I to understand that you were planning a romantic getaway?
Wow, that glass against the door works really well, doesn't
I
it?
ask only because, by coincidence, I happen to have something on tap myself. And I think it's remarkable the way that Cupid is swooping around the lighthouse this year, firing off one bullseye after another.
Hitting his mark like William Tell, isn't he?
Reading medical journals on your time off, hmm? Someone must be depressed. Let's see, what do I prescribe for depression?
Karen, I offered to take over Frank's part of the mortgage until he got back on his feet, and he completely lost it.
Frank may be the only person in the world that is prouder than you are.
He's furious, Karen. I don't think I've ever seen him angrier at me.
Do you know that he apologized to me for helping Chris take credit for my work?
Unfortunately, apologies don't fix things. It's going to be a long, long time before things are back to normal around here.
Hey, Joe. What do you see for us when we get married?
See, we're living the dream life, 5 kids, successful husband and wife, private practice, nothing much.
Are we living here?
No, definitely not, especially not with Frank around.
So would you want to find our own place?
Do I smell a proposition coming out?
Yes. Every night in my apartment until we find a place big enough to fit 5 kids.
Well, that sounds like a plan to me. Although I'd hate to leave Neil. But I guess it's better than him seeing the bad blood between Frank and me.
Joe, I think this change is going to be really good for us.
I figure Ramsey's bank account far outweighs Joe's charm.
You underestimate your brother. Besides, why do you care? Your philosophy is live and let live, right?
I admire people who can forgive and forget, but I have discovered that I'm not one of them. I want to see Ramsey fall off that mountain that he thinks he conquered.
What about what I want?
You help me annihilate Chris, and I'll see to it that Joe and Karen go down in the bargain, and my brother is all yours.
Don't tease me, Frank.
I'm not. One thing I've learned from Ramsey, nice guys finish last.